The full logo of the beast looks like this, but I'm not a good artist in that manner. This is a tent, okay? I'm gonna give you a story from Bruce Lee, who's a real person, who influenced all this shit. And Bruce Lee had a lot of famous students, and one time one of his students was nervous about fighting. And Bruce was like, come out here, let me show you something. And then he had him stand up and he said, extend your leg. And he stood, extend his leg, and Bruce grabbed his leg and grabbed the chalk on the ground. And kind of moved with his leg and started marking the ground, put his leg down, made a circle. The circumference, which is around, was as far as his foot reached. And then Bruce stood outside the circle, right? And he went a little bit further back. And he looked at the guy, he goes, I'm gonna fuck you up right now. And the guy got real tense. And Bruce said, you see, I can't touch you. I don't have a weapon on me. I don't have a gun. I don't have a baseball bat. I can't reach you. He said, you're safe. Doesn't matter what I say outside of the circle, I can't touch you. He said, all you have to do to be safe is make sure that circle stays between you and I somewhere. You don't have to be able to beat me up. He said, you respond to danger before it's dangerous to you. And so you bring the danger closer to you. But if you don't respond to the danger and you realize that he can't hit you yet, and then if he moves forward, and then Bruce moves forward and he tells the guy, take a step back. Step back. Goes again, step back. So we have this drill I created from that, where you fix each other in fighting stance in martial arts, and one person leads, and as you move, the other person keeps the distance the same. If they go back, forward, your job is to keep that distance the same. In a relationship, it's the same thing. My girlfriend was over last night, and big negotiation for like 2.5 hours on the relationship. And it felt like that, right? It felt like, okay, well, there's a distance that we have to keep. I did something very, very, this is Lions Dance, we could all talk about this, and there's no kids right now. So, anyways, the tent, by the way, is a symbol, and it has to do with owning one's space. It has two meanings. The philosophy can be broken down into these symbols, okay? And the tent represents two symbols. One, wherever you lay your head is home, which is a symbol of the traveling, fighting monk, a yogi, a warrior, traveling warrior. We're those guys, right? We travel, and wherever we lay down, that's our home. We train for that shit, okay? So that's the tent. Plus, the second meaning of it is, wherever I'm at, this is it. So now this is my space. So I'm going to sit here as if I own this space. That this is mine. It's okay, because I'm in it, right? I don't need to, and at the same time, I don't need anything from over there. It's a self-contained position, kind of, right? That once we recognize that, let's say the enemy has us, right? We hunker down for a minute. No exerted energy. This man just came for more right now. So we have to have discipline if the enemy catches us. This is the art of that. It's the art of the perfect warrior. So he can adapt, even if he's caught, he can adapt, he can survive, he can thrive while being captured. He'll take over, he'll infiltrate, he'll make a friend, he'll end up assassinating the leader because he was there. Who knows? But we're waiting for the guy to do all of them. What's your brother doing? Right now, he must be adapting. He's hunkered down. He's not exerting energy. I know him. Why? We train together. We're the League of Shadows, really. You know, we've been around in many different forms, referred to many different times. The Hand, they always make us the bad guys, just so you know, in all the movies. But the world was run by pedophiles, so the good guys were called the bad guys. Yeah. So like the Hand, the League of Justice, whatever the fuck they're called, from Batman. Yeah. This bitch is apologizing. This is all apologies. See that? The gray look. I'm not going to. She's gone. Fuck her. Okay. So, anyways, keep that in mind. In that, if I could reach you with my hand and reach you with my foot, now you know your weapon, or let's say you have something to reach. You have to know how far you can reach. And it's the same thing in the relationship. I can't overextend myself and pretend like I could hurt her. In relationships, we're standing outside the circle yelling to the other person. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. All they got to do is just leave, and you'll see none of your threats work. So we have to go, okay, what can I negotiate with? I can no longer negotiate with something I have no fucking control over. I have to hunker down and say, okay, this is fucked up. First thing, I gotta adapt. I can't fight right now. Why? She has something. She's worked this shit out. She's bringing up a problem. She's too weak as a woman to just confront you with shit. Believe me, if she's saying something, she's got a whole plan. Nature gave her a mind ready to fuck you up emotionally. The strategy is survive. Adapt, which means, what does adaptation mean? You have to get hurt. That's the pain. See, adaptation is going to be pain. The caterpillar becomes the butterfly, or whatever the fuck's happening. We're adapting. The ears become cauliflower. During that, pain is going to recalibrate the system to be able to either die or survive. That's what adapt means, right? So the people that are going at that moment against everything, they're gonna die, right? So you adapt for what? To survive. Like that's the plan. You're not adapting to be those people. You're adapting so that you're not fucking done yet. What good am I if I'm dead? What good am I to my friends? I'm only good to my enemy when I'm dead, just so you know. Anytime anybody want to take their own life, just remember, you just benefited your enemy, not your friends, not your family, not your God. Nobody on your team benefits by you dying. Fuck that shit. But the enemy is so happy when you're dead. Somebody who hates you is like, yeah, out of the game, motherfucker. Right? I wish all my enemies died. Like right now. Oh, man. 3 wishes. Yeah, second wish. First or second, right? First, immortality for me and my family. Like have the business more, make morals, right? That'll be sick. 2, the opposite. Die. Right? Life and death. Okay, so this kick, because I was helping with the punch and all that, when you're practicing, you'll see if I'm shadow boxing, there'll be moments where it looks like it's looser. Well, in my mind, I've created distance. The 2 boxers, the 2 fighters have opened up and they're measuring each other again. You'll see it. They're not always in the pocket. It never happens. It's a lot of this. Then knockout. And that's what it is. So that motion, that's where the relaxation is. If a person was tense all 12 rounds, like you can't. So you got to learn that calibration now, because when it comes to outside, that's what happens. Because in training, you're going to go round after round. So after a while, you naturally look. I haven't moved like that in a lot. I don't practice martial arts anymore. Once I started the beasting thing, which has been 56 days or something straight, that's all I do. It feeds what I want fed. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I got what I needed from it, good enough. Martial arts is part of it to get to the beast, okay? But I haven't moved like that. But my body has a lot of training, and I can tell because we're fit. Oh man, I'm like, ooh, I could jump so high now, I can move so fast right now, and my shoulders hurt, but I keep trying to push it. But you learn that too, you learn your body. There really should be, I had a realization yesterday and again today, and I heard it, but now it's becoming real. We should never have injuries. That's against the ideology of beast. Like a beast would be like, what do you mean? Like, don't you know your body? Well, what do you mean you injured? You lifted more than you could? Why? Why'd you get why would like a lion doesn't go lift more than it does and it crashes under it? No ant tries to pick up a rock. Like nature's like, I can't lift that, right? And it grows in strength by playing and running around and jumping. Then it grows in strength as we're supposed to grow in strength. So today I'm doing my jumps and I pulled my calf muscle some weeks back or strained it or some shit, and I felt it start to tighten. What happened in my mind? Keep going. Second thing happened. Injuries are a sin, right? This is foolishness. I'm giving you a signal. Change it up. And so I said, so then I was like, you know what? Every time I've gotten injured is when I was like not aware, or the other person wasn't aware. And if they weren't aware and I was aware, I was about to stop it many times, unless it was like a freak accident. But I've had so many injuries that weren't freak accidents, right? You stub your fucking toe by yourself. You know what I mean? Like weird shit. So anyways, keep the philosophy in mind that so you'll see me do this. I'll get into some beef on the internet with somebody, right? And it'll just go on, you'll bah, bah, bah. But if you understand my philosophy, I have a circle that they haven't penetrated yet. They're just talking shit. You get it? And then, as they move closer into the circle, like the guy who was from San Jose, boom, suddenly you saw me moving to the next level. The dude's from San Jose, he knows me. He said he's gonna beat me up. Okay, so then I made San Jose calls. Well, San Jose and around San Jose. Why? Because dude, he's maybe he could hit, he said, but a dude's like, I don't know where the fuck he is. Like, you don't even have to worry about it. He's gonna jump on a fucking plane and shit. You know what I mean? Now, if he's that crazy, then that's your karma. You gotta do what you gotta do. But think about it. So much overreaction to shit. How many times your girl has tested you just to see your reaction? There's been a lot. So last night in this 2.5-hour debate / negotiation / I fucking submitted the bitch again. Fuck yeah, we'll see today. Today tells the tale. 24 to 48 hours later, we'll see how she is. You never know when they leave. On a high, you know what I mean? They go fucking, go on the low. I don't know what happens. But let me tell you this. It was a big deal to see this thing. I pulled something out of her, and I like to pull these things out of my girlfriends because they're very wise women when it comes to these things. They're wise. Here's the data I picked up from her. Ready? Listen, man. This is secret of the universe. You're coming from battlefield. I was at war last night. Here it is. If you look like you are reacting to the outside environment more than her, you signal weakness to her genetics. It's simply, why is he afraid of that dog when I'm not afraid of that dog? How is he going to protect me? So now check this out. When it comes to her and other men, still the rules stand here. If you don't know what I do, you just keep watching. But there's a new way to communicate it. You must never react bigger than what she does. So if she thinks it's no big deal that happened, you just go, wow, what? That's just uncool. Like, I get why men don't want to fall in love with girls. That's just gross to me. It doesn't really affect me, but I don't like that. And then you move on. Well, what? No. He was important to you. He's not important to me. See what's happening? He's not important to me. Well, I mean, something. I live a certain way, okay? That's why you like me. I'm not like other people. You go right into that shit. I'm not like, and you see what I do? You want to come see where I'm at? Hit me up at 5 a.m. tomorrow, see where I'm at, okay? This better get drive by. I'll show you. I'll be there every fucking day. I don't have a car. I live that life. People envy it. So I know certain things about people, especially what men pretend to be friends with girls and things like that. And I get it. Like, you got to listen to this. You got to come to that understanding yourself. But keep that shit away from me. Keep that shit away from me. When you're around me, okay, it's just natural to be respectful. It starts there, because I got the new chick to try to get her. I looked on her Instagram today, because she's all tagging me left and right. And she's got like 6, 7, 8, 9 guys like, wow, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, look at that. No makeup was that nice on you, or there you are, keep glowing. Like, just shut the fuck up, right? Now, they don't know, look how stupid they look, because she's saying it for me. Look at what's happening. We have a glimpse behind the scenes at how foolish you would look if you commented that. They don't know. She's glamming up for this dude, posting for this dude. My DM has that same thing to me. She's here. She's quoting me, motherfucker. You don't know that because you don't know that I'm a real person or something. I don't know. But look, they are getting something going, but she's just not even caring. So now she says something about, oh, I covered my butt. I said, I don't care what you do. When you're around me, I care what you do. And I said, that simply has to do with just the way the world treats me, you know, with a certain respect. And I would expect that you carry yourself with a certain respect when you're around me. Outside of me, you could carry yourself any way you want. That makes them jump in. That makes her be like, what? And when she goes over there, she becomes critical of them. But you just hold your space, the tent. You say, I've worked this out. And I've also, no, I can't change you. I know you're going to lie to me. I know you're going to cheat on me. I know you're going to do all that. So I've learned to own my space and say, look, when you occupy my space, treat me like a king. Outside, don't. And I'm okay with it. Why? You go figure it out. You see, the game has changed. They're chasing my thoughts now. Whereas before, because I'm putting it out all the time, we're teaching them. Like, you guys are teachers. You have to be the teacher of your woman. But there's a way to teach them. Otherwise, they'll resist it. They become your worst student suddenly. They become from your best student to your worst student suddenly. Your biggest critic and your worst enemy suddenly, right? Crush your heart. So now I've learned that the tent is going to be the symbol for that, okay? That the tent is going to remind me, you just think of a tent, that you can't go in her, you let her have her house. Let her decorate that fucking house any way she wants. Just don't step into it. Have her keep inviting you. That's all right. Look how my life has changed. That's all right. Don't ever ask her to spend the night. Let her just get on with your day. I have my schedule. At 11:30, 12, motherfuckers, I'm on the floor. We sleep on the floor. I'm on the floor, laying my shit out and being like, okay, if you want to go, doors open. If you want to stay, I don't have a bed, but you're welcome to just like lay down. You know what I mean? And imagine her with another guy though. Like, man, this guy's so fascinating. You know what I mean? Like, what? And then like when she's leaving your house, pull this shit off. If you have a
accident.
What happened?
I'm outside. I'm right in the back.
This one, this IMC right here, B center. Can you open this?
Yeah, right.
Oh, over there. Go to the front. Okay, I'm coming. Hold on. This shirts look like Beyond. I thought it was you, Chris. It's this. I think
It's never me. I smell like roses.
B-Mock hit me yesterday.
What time is it, bro? 11:05. When you gotta go? Right now? Yeah, just like make sure I'm there on time. Actually, I'll stay with you. Yeah, but I want to. Yeah. But I mean, it's.
Look, Chris.
Yeah. What?
Right here. Go down. Look. You're not giving me a gift.
What?
A bike.
Is this the one you lost or a new one?
No, he just gave me this one. It's a little rusty. That's mine over there. This is B-Mock, the big fighter. B-Mock, I'm finishing. Come on in. B-Mock stands for Big Man on Campus.
And then we're just grabbing something from this car.
Yeah. We're done. If you guys want to leave, we're just going to chat it up right now. Okay? This is B-Mock. Well, we'll wrap it up.
So feels different today. My neck is so fucked up.
Hey, why don't you shut the fuck up and stop texting me, okay? Enough is enough. Don't get ahead of yourself, okay? Send me a YouTube. Better send that before I said that. Listen to this. Some chick was gonna come visit me today. I said, let me know if you still plan on coming tonight. She goes, I'll let you know in about an hour. We lost a really good friend yesterday in a car accident. I said, I see. Well, his life is over. You're still continuing.
Oh shit.
And then I said, I said, never give up your time for dead people. And it's not disrespectful. It's honest, and it should be that way anyways. Wow. That means argue with me then. Argue. Which would be the argument, which she says, I understand where you're coming from. However, being there for support is all I can do. Yeah. As long as you know that I think like that. That's what matters.
Yeah.
You got to know that I actually think, he dies, so what are you doing? What are you going to do, though? What the fuck are you going to do for a dead person right now, though? Stop your life for another 2 days? Learn a lesson, bitch. Learn a lesson. That person died. Try to make this in 1 minute. Look, when it comes to dead people and people dying, first of all, when I die, don't you show up to a funeral. Just don't. Don't say I was a great person. Just don't. If you can't say nothing nice about me now, don't say nothing when I'm dead. Straight up. Okay? Number one. Number two, how do I feel about what happened with dead people? With dead people, what's up? With dead people, they're dead. They're dead. Now, what are you going to do? Go mourn their death? You have life. If there's any lesson to learn, is that they just died. You have a day. What if you go mourn them for a day and die tomorrow? Then we're supposed to mourn you and die the day after. What if God played a sick trick like that? I wish that God would do that. That every time someone died and somebody went over there and spent like 2 months for a funeral fucking thing, that you all died. The lesson from dead people is to live. Fucking idiots. Okay, we'll put that on there. Yeah, that's what it is. Can you lock that?
Yeah, fine.
All right, so we're just wrapping it up. The lesson would be to gauge the distance of the attack and the validity of the attack and not get caught up in the sound and the words and, loudness of anything. And then you become kind of like a superhero because you realize in society's world that they have their, that circle we were talking about. They've extended it from here to like, let's say if an African kid in Africa is starving right now with bare ribs, then I'm not safe here. And so then I need Obama to go kill somebody and eat their fucking dick or somebody to come over here. Like, what? What is this weird ass thing, bro? I live in Campbell. I live between these blocks that I ride my bike from Campbell to William. Where I ride my bike, I'm responsible for 100% if I ride through there. If I see something bad happen, I'm going to address it somehow, some way. I'll figure it out, but I'm not going to own it. Motherfucker, you in my area. This is where I live. This is not like, see you later. This is like, I'm moving through this area. My family's through this area. Who are you? In fact, as I'm going through with the bike now every day, I'm literally going through like apartment buildings and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, how come no one's saying anything to me? First thing I do, someone goes through, hey, what's up, man? What's going on? And see what his vibe is, right? He's got to know someone sees him. And if he stops, what's going on? What do you haven't seen? Where are you from? You know, what are you doing here, basically? What's up? No, I'm not trying to fight. Just who are you, bro? Proper introduction. We're out here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not coming aggressively. I've just never seen you. And you look like somebody, right? That's the idea when you approach somebody. If you don't approach them like they're nobody to trigger a fight. You approach them with respect, like they're somebody. Like the way you would approach a respectful warrior. If a warrior was walking, you're a warrior, they had a sword, you had a sword, you'd be like, hey, what's up, bitch? I hope not, right? You wouldn't last very long in the warrior world, right? You'd be like, hey, just passing through, you know what I mean? All right, right? I represent the king, whatever, all right. Or, just moved in, oh, okay. Where? Oh, around the corner, okay, now you're engaging each other. What if he's like, you know, and then he looks at me and goes, I hate tattooed motherfuckers. Okay, we need to know that right now, not tomorrow. Right? So this is called taking responsibility. The tent becomes the symbol for it, symbology. And once you put everything into symbols, you have a language. Once you have a language, you have a culture. Just remember that. See that?
Yeah.
That's how you create a culture. You create a language. And how do you create a better culture? Create a better language. But what you need to do is you need to have every word they had and have that word in your culture. Just have a more real word, more real definitions. For example, they talk about love. We talk about love, okay? And so what's love to us? It's that thing that makes you you don't want to disconnect from that thing you love. If anybody says otherwise, I check to see if you're right. See, when someone says I love you and they leave me, I never feel loved. Even if they say it's from my own good, if they said that I don't care what the fuck you say. I feel the opposite of love when someone leaves. Now, I've never talked to a person like, yeah, they love me so much, they left me. You're a fool, okay? You're a fool. All right, so they have all kinds of shit for love. I just have one simple one. Is that person around or not? Number one. Two, when they're around, do they lift you up and put you down? Okay, if you say they're around, they lift you up. That sounds like when people love you because they're around, they put you down. That can't be love. No, they love you, but they put me down. That's fucking weird, dude. Right? So we first fix ourselves. Right? We become the example for everything because I can't make you do anything. But then you see someone who conducts themselves properly. Right? Where do you go? Wow, he's powerful. He's got this. He's got that. People want to be around him. Whatever he touches turns into good shit. Yeah, it is good shit. That's why. Because I'm different. Because my language is different. What I think is different. And there's a whole world now speaking the language. It's different. In this language, there's black, there's white, there's Oriental, there's Mexican, there's whatever the fuck race there is. There's not one. There's not that. Yes, humans. Of course. Look at us. Above skin color is values. Values. You can be any skin color and be a pedophile. You could be my family member and be a pedophile. You're gone. That doesn't. Your values are gone. On the other hand, you could be any skin color, any whatever, and you stand shoulder to shoulder, and you help me fight my enemy. You're my friend. Right? My enemy's trying to kill me. Okay? You immediately are my friend if you step up. Right? What if someone's beating you up in the street? Some dude jumps in for you. You don't even know him. Right? And he's just like, man, why you jump in? He goes, fuck that, dude. You're outnumbered. I saw what happened. I'm obligated. Man. You put yourself on the line for me, right? And when you speak your values, you put yourself on the line. Yeah. Because people attack you, right? Oh, I think men should be with more than one woman if they want. Well, what do you think? That's my values. Go ahead and attack me, fucker. Okay? But then someone stands next to you shoulder to shoulder. That's the brotherhood that I've created worldwide and women now, which is people stand next to you not because of anything besides that they feel what you feel. So they're no longer just defending you, they're defending themselves. If they let you go down, they're going down, man. No, fuck that. That's where Donald Trump comes in right now. If he goes down, we all go down right now. So you could like him, not like him, don't give a fuck what you think about him. He's in the way of the bad guys. So everybody, when your enemy is about to destroy you, you all gotta get together and fight the enemy first. Then figure out, you might even feel differently about yourself afterwards. I have friends of mine that have done a lot of time in jail, and I wondered what would happen if they saw each other in the street. And I've asked many of them. Of course, it'll be different for different people, but the general statement that I get is very simple. Once we've done time together in the pen, and we see each other outside, we'll go with each other. Like, we just, you know, even sometimes like, hey, I'm like, how does that work? He goes, well, because the politics is different. He's been in there for a very long time. We both done time, we know what's going on outside. We just don't get in each other's way. Okay, I get it. So yeah, but he goes, it's different out here. It's different in there. See how it goes? So it's just what you have. That's the adaptation you have to survive and thrive. Okay. All right. So that'll do it. It's going to be a kids class for the day.